Hi, I'm Fred McNeil, QAC-TV. You know, one of my favorite events is the Queen Anne's County Public School Gala. They have that every year, and one of the special events at that particular event is the Teacher of the Year Award. We honor all of our teachers every day, I hope, but one of the nice things is we do, some finalists are nominated, and they pick one particular person. This year, the Queen Anne's County Public School Teacher of the Year is Barbara Sutherland. Barbara, thank you for being with us, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And anytime I talk to a teacher, I always like to say thank you for doing the most important job anyone can do daily as a public school educator.
Thank you very much for that.
Now, let me ask you this. First of all, like I said, congratulations. Here's your beautiful trophy, which I think Mr. Strait calls the Acorn Award, so you can work on that for the next year. Okay. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, yada, yada.
Well, I am the youngest of 9 children,
okay,
and the daughter of a
You don't have to
Navy
name all
pilot.
9. It's okay.
Oh, I can name them.
Okay,
I don't know if
right.
you can keep up with me. My father was a Navy pilot, so we grew up moving around. But
okay.
Primarily, I grew up in Virginia Beach area.
All right.
We spent 13 years there, and that's where I primarily grew up down there.
Okay. How about schools? Mostly in Virginia Beach? You got your education or not?
Virginia Beach and Norfolk. I went to St. Gregory's Elementary School.
And I tipped you off before. Favorite teacher or favorite
St.
memory?
Gregory's would be Sister Regina.
Okay, Sister Regina. What'd she teach? Just a grade level?
Grade level.
Okay,
sixth grade.
So after you left that school, where'd you go?
I went to Norfolk Catholic High School.
Okay. And I got to ask you, theater person, sports person?
Sports. Oh. I played 3 sports.
What sports?
I played volleyball, basketball, and softball.
Okay. Favorite of the 3, or you like them all?
Volleyball.
Oh, volleyball. Okay,
Yep.
all right. After high school, where'd we go?
I went to the University of New England, which is in Biddeford, Maine.
Okay.
And I also played basketball and volleyball there.
College level. Well, congratulations. You were a busy bee.
I was a busy bee.
Now, majored in education at the school?
No, my major is in chemistry with a minor in toxicology.
Okay.
So I was a science major, and when I went there, I was going pre-med, but I realized that wasn't quite right for me. I liked medical research, so that was my plan after leaving.
Teaching wasn't in the picture at that point?
I was the organic chemistry tutor. It was something I kind of did on the side, but it wasn't something that was calling to me.
Okay, so right after college, what'd you do?
I worked in reagent manufacturing at Baxter Healthcare Corporation, and from there I got married and we moved to Maryland. My husband and I moved to Maryland, and I worked for the University of Maryland, where I did medical research.
So I guess, Barbara, I got to ask you, when did the epiphany come about teaching?
Well, in all of those positions, I was always a teacher. So I cross-trained engineers when I was at Baxter, and I trained the other lab techs when I was at the University of Maryland. And I kind of said, I got to get my next degree. What's it going to be in? And I decided at that point, education.
Okay.
So that's where education came in. I got my graduate degree from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County in curriculum design and instruction. And
with the idea that you wanted to teach? Or
yeah,
not sure?
but I was kind of still sticking with the adults.
Okay, all right.
I was only about 24, 25, and I
you're
wasn't
young.
sure that I wanted to go back to high school yet.
I'm 68, and I don't know what I'm going to do, Barbara. Go ahead.
I wasn't sure I wanted to go back to high school yet. So I did adult education training. So right after I finished grad school, my husband got accepted to grad school, so we went back to New England. And while he was in grad school, I worked for the Division of Child and Family Studies at the University of Connecticut Health Center and did birth to 3 curriculum development for service providers.
But you weren't teaching, you were writing curriculum?
I was writing curriculum.
Okay, so I got to keep bringing you down the line here.
It took me a long time to finally get my epiphany. So when we moved back, when he finished grad school, we came back here because he works for the federal government. And I wanted to live on the Eastern Shore because I wanted to have the flexibility of working alone at home and raising my children. And so I did consulting for Connecticut. And then when they finally got in school, all of them in school, I said, well, I'll just volunteer at school. And I kind of then got hired
here in Queen Anne's County?
Here in Queen Anne's County, and got hired as a paraeducator at Queen Anne's County High School. And I met some teachers there that are all like...
What years? Help me with the years here. Last 10 years? 5 years?
11 years ago.
11 years ago.
11 years ago. So they were like, you should be teaching. And
so you went back to school, got certified? Or?
I only needed a couple of classes because of the master's in education. So I got certified, and they hired me provisionally until I finished my certification. And
teaching what?
Chemistry.
Chemistry. Oh, it's been chemistry for all the time you've been here? Or no?
Well, it started off as chemistry, and then with my background, they're like, could you get certified in bio? I'm like, sure. Yeah. Took the test, got certified in bio, and then I heard about this Project Lead the Way pathway actually when my youngest son was in 8th grade, and I'm like, what is this pathway that you're bringing to this school, and who's teaching it? So and they were like, well, we need somebody certified in chemistry
Tell us
and
what
bio.
pathway, if the public doesn't know.
The Project Lead the Way Biomedical Sciences pathway. So it kind of has taken me all the way back to that medical research that I started with, but now I'm teaching it.
So, and you're enjoying it.
And I'm loving it.
Okay, tell me about the family and the kids.
I have 3 wonderful sons. My oldest is David Jr. He is actually a PhD student at Boston University right now. He's 21. And my middle son, Andrew, is a computer and electrical engineering student at Worcester Polytech.
Great.
And my youngest is...
This Massachusetts calling here is...
There's a lot of family up there from my husband's side. And my youngest is Scott Sutherland, and he is a junior at Queen Anne's right now.
Okay, great. And your husband does?
He is a biologist with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
Okay, great. Now, tell us what we're doing now at Kent Island High School. What are you teaching, and any other extracurricular activities with kids, or full-time teaching's enough?
Well, I was the NHS advisor for 7 years.
National Honor Society.
Yep.
Okay.
And this year, I knew we needed to get the Project Lead the Way pathway certified, so I actually stepped down from that position this year. So we just got our project certified, so we can offer our kids college credits now for these classes. And I am this year fully teaching only Project Lead the Way classes.
Great.
So.
Now, the great thing about Teacher of the Year, you get a new car at some point for a year, correct? Right? Mm-hmm. All types of festivities. You go fishing on the governor's boat. You get to go to the Ravens. I wish you could go to the Redskins, but you go on the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
You get to go to all this good stuff, right? Which will make it fun.
That sounds like a real fun time.
A lot of the Teachers of the Years we've talked, they had like a particular goal. I'd like to promote yada, yada, yada. It's early in your reign, but is there anything, you have like a secret mission you could like to do over the next year?
Just because I've recently had 2 boys go to college, and how much I've really learned from speaking with them, how much of their curriculum is online. I love that this curriculum that I teach is 100% online, and really I'm loving the initiative of the county to do the one-to-one. And just helping teachers, my colleagues, and students really learn how to use their computers, because I'm kind of amazed how many of them don't know how to use a computer because I took it for granted. I'm like, you guys are the millennials. You know how to use a computer, and they don't. So just taking the time of teaching them how to use it so they're really ready for that skill when they get to college, because everything's going to be on the computer.
Okay. Well, look, congratulations again. I do want to thank on behalf of as a retired teacher and everyone in the community for teaching. It's a tough job nowadays, and we appreciate you doing it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I love doing it.
Good. That's the best thing. I'll get you through 30 years easily. This is Fred McNeil, and I want to thank you. You've been with our new Teacher of the Year, Barbara Sutherland. She's been in Norfolk. She's got New England connections, and she just can't wait to have all the great year of meeting as many of you as she can. Thanks again, and you've been watching QAC TV.